Thanks. We'll see you then. In tonight's top story, two civil rights attorneys said they plan to sue the Anderson County Sheriff's Office after a deputy-involved shooting back in August. A 16-year-old girl was shot and mauled by a police dog. Another man was killed, and K9 Roscoe died during that shooting. It turns out the young man who died actually shot himself, according to the coroner. Lawyers for that teenage girl say she was struck 5 times during that shooting. Fox Carolina's Zach Prelutsky is live outside the Anderson County Sheriff's Office tonight and has more on this case from both the attorneys for the victim and the sheriff.
Yeah, well, here's the pretty lengthy civil lawsuit that's being planned to be filed any day now. Now, attorneys for the teenage victim who was injured say what happened back in August is an example of excessive use of force by law enforcement officers, while the Anderson County Sheriff's Office says the deputies who were involved in the shooting believed they were under attack. 5 months after an officer-involved shooting in Anderson County, attorneys Bakari Sellers and Ben Crump say they are planning on filing a civil lawsuit on behalf of injured 16-year-old Dakota.
They shot into the dark. They blew off my client's toe. They shattered her femur. She had 5 shots and will forever deal with not only the physical harm that was caused by this, the disability that's caused by this, but also the mental harm that was caused by this.
Back on August 11th, deputies tried to stop a car on Clemson Boulevard they say was driving erratic. After a short pursuit, the 2 people in the car ended up in a wooded area near Lowe's. That's when the suspect fired off a shot, and deputies returned fire thinking they were being ambushed, according to the sheriff's department. The suspect shot himself, and deputies' bullets ended up striking and killing their K9 Roscoe and injuring Dakota, said the Anderson County coroner. SLED investigated the officer-involved shooting, and in December, the South Carolina Attorney General's office recommended against charges, saying the officers used appropriate force under the circumstances in response to an apparent threat. In a statement, Anderson County Sheriff Chad McBride says, in part, quote, "Our office is committed to serving the citizens of Anderson County to the best of our ability. We believe that our deputies acted in a manner that was in accordance with the situation they were faced with that evening." Sellers says there was no reason Dakota should have been shot as many times as she was.
She was being mauled by a dog. She had no weapon. She's accused of no crime. She wasn't suspected of participating in any crime. That, to me in itself, signifies absolutely no threat.
Dakota's mother says it's been a battle every day since.
She is so little, and I still remember her being in the hospital and just crying, wondering why this happened to her.
Now, the Anderson County Sheriff's Office says that as of this morning, they have yet to see or be served with any civil litigation documents relating to this case. They do add, though, that they, quote, "look forward to having the entirety of the evidence provided and heard in a court setting at some point." For now, reporting live in Anderson, Zach Prelutsky, Fox Carolina, the 10 o'clock news.